and what he means to the team, and also when he's come on as
Barrett has actually helped out the whole line a lot because of you got so many multiple calls you can call in one play, and he actually gets you in the right one every time. He gets you in the best play to run the right play against the right defense. So Barrett has evolved from guard to tackle, back to center, and no telling where else he'll go after that. So Barrett is, you already know, he's one of the best, and it's been an honor to play with him.
Michael, you've been here 5 years now. You've expected to see this roster kind of build with talent. I mean, where was this roster at 5 years ago? Just from like even second string, third string guys, compared to now, just in terms of talent.
5 years ago, we had first talent wise. I mean, we had good talent back then. I mean, it just had to be coached up a little bit more. And 5 years ago, we went 12-0 in the regular season. I think we did, and then we lost the last 2. But so the talent was there, but of course, Coach Saban, he recruits like no other. So I wouldn't want to say the talent is so much better, but the talent probably a little better now than then.
Mike, there's basically no two-sport athletes at Alabama, but as somebody that saw you play basketball in high school, did it ever go through your mind of trying to play both at Alabama, even when there was no depth there the last couple of years?
Not even possible. I didn't think twice about it. I feel like I just didn't want to. I hung up my basketball shoes after my last game in high school.
Michael, when everybody talks about competing, they're not talking about your talent. They're talking about your attitude. Do you think that? I mean, do you kind of know that you have the talent that it's all going to need?
We know we have the talent. We always feel like we are the best team, but we know that if the best team don't play their best, they're not the best team that day. So you know you can lose anytime.
Michael, what Barrett does so many things so well. He's an All-American 4.0 student, does missions work. Teammates like to pick on one another, kid on one another. What do people kid with Barrett about? What is there to pick on with Barrett?
I mean, it's not much other than I think I saw on the awards special last year he played the violin, and I think he got a little heat for that. But, I mean, it's all around. It's great, man. It's the best teammate, one of the best teammates I ever had.
Michael, what were the questions the coaches told you to watch out for from us evil reporters?
I mean, they trust us to have an open mind and to say the right thing, so they don't tell us not to answer certain questions.
Did you see your role developing in the offense and seeing more passes this year?
Very much so. I see myself being a dual threat. I see myself being, just an all-around tight end, every down. Don't have to come off the field on third down. Just be that tight end for our team.
If you look back at last year, the first game with LSU, and that play near the goal line, did it help ease that some for you from that play, going back and beating them in the championship game?
It didn't. I mean, the SEC plays happen. I mean, it's gonna go both ways, and that time it just didn't go my way, I guess. Didn't really do too much of fuel. It just was something that a play happened. I was down that night. Had a 24-hour rule. Got up, ran, got that out my mind, and went on to finish the season.
Michael, is there an SEC pride? I mean, you pull for other SEC teams in bowl games?
In bowl games, of course. I do all the time. I like to see the SEC be on top. I like to see SEC win games. I mean, it's just.
What separates this conference from all the others?
I just go off what y'all say. People say bigger, faster, stronger. That's what people say, and I wouldn't tend to agree, but it's just what I play in. That's all I know. I wouldn't know the other conferences. So, but like I said, it was Big Ten, and pretty big dudes on that D line. So it's just all about what you want.
Do you think the same stakes Alabama and LSU this year, and then could you see a rematch being possible? Possibly, you think they're both there?
Can't make predictions. You have to, like I said, we have to go into every week ready to play, and if that scenario happen again, hopefully we'll come out on top this time.
Is it pretty amazing to be in that division where?
It's fun, actually. It's actually fun. Some people probably wouldn't like it just because you don't have the leeway of most teams, but it's fun having that competition. Also, them and Arkansas and the rest of the teams too. Every game is hard. There's no easy games. You have to come in every week and play your best.
Who do you feel be able to fill in Brad Smelly's role next year?
we have a lot of candidates. Like I said, we have Brian Vogler, we have Harrison Jones. Those are the two main candidates. Then you have Brent Callaway, who has to coming over and learn the offense a little bit more, and that's them the candidates right there. But Harrison and Brian, they'll take this all. They'll take this competition into camp, and we'll see who comes out.
How's Eddie been looking health-wise? Just throughout the
Eddie's
summer?
back doing everything that everybody else is doing. So the spin move is back.
Did it make it? Do you think it made him more hungry seeing those young running backs have success
Of
throughout the
course,
spring
I mean,
without him?
I wouldn't want to speak for him, but I would say seeing TJ play like that in the spring game and seeing Jocelyn Fowler being the monster that he is, it gotta have something in you to know that you have to get back and you have to play at your best just to get your spot back.
Do you like starting off a season with a big game like Michigan, and does that change the way you guys prepare?
No, it's Alabama. We prepare the same way no matter what. You're going to have the same off season. You're going to have the same winter conditioning no matter who that first game is. And we always somehow come in prepared just because of the way we do things.
Alabama's got a history of mentorship. Who took you under their wing when you were young, and who have you got under your wing now?
Took me under their wing. It started off with Colin Peak. Colin showed me the way. He showed me the way enough to where when he got hurt and I was a freshman, I was able to come in and start a couple of games. Then it went to Preston Dow, who taught me how to play this game physically, who taught me how to be that guy on the line that nobody wants to see. So Preston Dow taught me that, and now I'm trying to take that role and show some of the freshmen both sides of that of how to be calm and cool, and show also how to be grimy at the same time.
Have you got somebody that's more under your wing than another that hangs out with?
Malcolm Fashawn. That guy, he has all the ability in the world. For his size, he's real fast. For his size, he's fast. So the only thing with him, he has to learn how to do it on a consistent basis, and he will learn that, and he will be a good tight end for us in the future.
Michael, how good do you think your offensive line is? Because people would assume that Barrett's the best offensive lineman in the season.
Yeah.
There is some debate about that with you guys.
With our offensive line, I mean, you have Chance Womack, who's one of the best offensive linemen in the country, I'd say. You have DJ Fluker, who's also in that same category. And the whole offensive line, for one, is just I feel like it's one of the best. I mean, you have only thing we have to break in the Cyrus Kwanjo, the left tackle. But if you see Cyrus Kwanjo, you wouldn't think twice that he's not a starter in the SEC.
Is he fully recovered from his injury last year?
Fully recovered.
I know you guys always have Auburn in there, but given the significant games y'all played with LSU in the last few years, and the fact that you guys are both going to be ranked way up there again, it looks like. What in the time you've been here, what is that rivalry taking on? Is it taking on an added dimension for you? Is it become a more special game?
That game has has made a storyline for itself. I would say. I mean, that game every year is close. I mean, ever since I've been here, it's been close. And you have two teams who have the will of not losing, and you have two great coaching staffs, and it's one of those games that you look forward to, I would say, but you don't. You take one game at a time, but you know when that week comes, you know right there that you can tell by the excitement in everybody's voice. You can tell by the excitement in the coaches. People say it doesn't matter; it's just the next game, but you can tell by the way people react when that game comes. It's when it's something special.
Michael, you, Damon, and Barrett have both were kind of patient in your ascent of kind of the depth chart and everything like that. What has to go on internally to keep guys patient, even when they come in with four or five stars recruiting wise and everything like that?
With us, it was we wasn't fully prepared to play when we first got here, but we all played the following year. Mm-hmm. So with freshmen nowadays, they feel like sometimes they feel like they have to be thrown in right there. I mean, this is just a young mind. You feel like you're ready to play when you really aren't. So the pressure is. I don't think no freshman, unless they just the top-notch #1 guy, should just be thrown into that fire like that. it's not nothing. It's not even. It's another world.
Do you see guys get a reality check pretty quickly?
Real fast. Like they'll come in the summer and everything will be all right. They're just running, doing 7-on-7. But as soon as camp hit, they hit a wall. And you can tell. You can tell when they hit that wall.